Shelatin, awesomeness. Shelatin, awesome. Shelatin, awesomeness. You're chilling with the Sharp family. You're chilling with the Sharp family.
Yes, everyone. Welcome back to another live. Um, Sincere apology to everyone. I know we kind of posted this live about an hour ago, so not many persons may have seen the notification. So our sincere apology. Um, for those of you watching on the replay, welcome to our channel. Thanks for being here. We do appreciate the support. All right. I know it's the Easter holidays upon us, and I hope that wherever you are tonight, that you're all in good health and having some fun. Now, as you see in the title, yeah, it's it is something. The fear of growing old alone. Um, I choose this topic particularly because I know a lot of persons who are still on that single path, still trying to find someone who is probably in their late 30s, approaching their 40s, and still haven't met that special someone as yet. There's that inclination of fear somewhere within that they would not want to end up in their 50s, 60s, 70s and beyond being all alone by themselves, that they would really want to have somebody by your side. So it is a topic that we can all discuss and relate to tonight. Now, I know it's pretty early, so in the interim, I will have to just see how best I can keep the momentum going until a few persons come in on the live. I know normally I have some music playing, but let me see what's going on for my side tonight. What kind of music these people have for me? Let us see. Yes, friends, as I say, wherever you are tonight, I hope that you're in good health. That's always important. Health. We all need that, especially in a time like this. We don't want to talk about the pandemic, but we know it is there. It has creeped up to our doorsteps, our family, our friends. Some persons have lost close family members, and we grieve and mourn with you guys. It is not an easy time right now. 2019 to 2020 to 2021. 2020 to 2021 has been rough for a lot of people. Yeah. So as you joined in, just leave a comment, say hi, etc. But we hope to have a little conversation tonight on this topic. Yeah, I know that we finish high school and we start life, and a lot of times, a lot of us, we go on the academia road where it's school after school, and we do our best to propel in the corporate world. And sometimes, we don't spend enough time on, creating or forming, relationships. And sometimes it's when we're getting old that we starting to give it that big attention. And sometimes at that point, things don't work so well in our favors. While on the other hand, sometimes, you have been traveling from relationship to relationship, with the hope that you will eventually find somebody that you can spend the rest of your life with. It is not an easy journey, my friends. It is sometimes a very challenging one, but as the saying goes, you never give up. You never give up. You live to fight another day, and you know things can turn for the better. So the topic tonight is the fear of growing old alone. Let me see what I have on my music list right now. I'm on this site and they tend to recommend some songs, but some of these songs, I don't know. Yes, everyone, welcome, welcome. It's a bit early, so go and play some music and see what's happening. Yes, my friends, welcome. Welcome to the live. It is Thursday. Just a moment, friends, just a moment. I know a few things here. Yes, it's Thursday, April the 1st, All Fools Day. Yeah, I did not fool anybody today. I don't think we're really doing that again much like back in the day when you plan for April the 1st, and you trick some people and you do what you gotta do. Yeah. So yes, friends, I am here tonight, and yeah, the fear of growing old alone. I don't think nobody wants that. As human beings, we're social creatures. We all want to know that there's somebody that you can go home to, you can cuddle up with. So, but for some, I know that fear is real. Then again, you might have one and two persons that don't mind it, that listen, I don't mind being alone by myself. I can, live this one through all by myself. So for some, it's okay. But I know for the majority of persons, they would love to meet somebody, have somebody in their life that they can call their partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, husband, wife, you name it. And the fear is real, but I guess we have to look at, some of the things that sometimes lead to persons, living a life of being alone and being by themselves. Some people is some people are just difficult to be around. That's a fact, and that can be one of the reasons why some people are still all by themselves, nobody with them, and it happens. Me, I have learned a lot, you know, based on where I am at now, and Tanisha is saying sometimes time runs out on us. Yeah, it all depends on what we place as priority in our lives. This life is not easy. It requires a lot of resources to get by, and sometimes you focus so much attention on working, and being promoted from one position to the next, that you don't really find time for your personal life. You don't find time to, make this a priority. That yes, a relationship is important. I'm going to need somebody in my life. So even though I'm climbing the corporate ladder right now, or I'm doing 3, 4 jobs right now, and I'm young, because you find, that, yeah, sometimes when we're young, we feel that we have all the time in the world to make things happen. Yeah, but sometimes, friends, 5 years can run off really fast. And by the time you look when you say, shucks, I am this old and I ain't got nobody. And I think sometimes, one of the hardest reality is that your friends, the friends around you, they're all teared up, happy and everything, and you're just there by yourself. And I think that hits home even harder, you know, the fear of being alone. Um, I think in your 20s, though, that fear doesn't really exist. In your early 30s, not much. I think it's more, in your late 30s going on up, that it becomes a concern. And I might be wrong, but I think the concern in the late 30s to the 40s is more for the females. They have not yet started a family, no kids, and they're searching for Mr. Right. You know, I would say at this stage is not the perfect guy, but at least somebody that fits the bill, somebody that can be a good partner. Because I think as you get older, your options becomes less. That's just a reality. You know, as you get older, the options become less. When you're young, you're like the cream of the crop, prime. You know, your list of options is so long. Yeah, but as age comes on, you know, you have to settle. And sometimes it's sad because sometimes what you settle for is not the best, or is nowhere near the best. But you ask yourself, you know, is either I'm going to work with this or be alone. And a lot of times the harsh reality is that you don't want to be alone, so you accept what's in front of you. Um, my dearest fiance, Tanisha, in the chat is saying, forever the cream of the crop. All right, honey. You looking good? You still are happy? Yeah. So it's a topic tonight, friends. So if you just join in, yeah, I'm here. And I will speak as much as I know on this topic. And as you come in, you know, drop a comment on the topic and stuff. So, yeah, the idea of being alone, for me, I've never been alone for long. I think I'm the relationship type. I'm the relationship type person, you know. So I'm in something, it didn't work. Perhaps within a year, I'm back in something. Yeah, I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, I'm all about family. You know, having my little family. You know, having fun with my family. So I could never see myself all by myself in a house, cooking all by myself, watching TV all by myself, going to bed all by myself. The life, it's not for me. It's not for me. So because of that, you know, I put myself out there to meet people. And fortunately, I'm at a place right now where, you know, the awesome Tanisha Murphy is in my life. And I feel that we can grow old together. Yeah, definitely. Sandra, good night, Sandra. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? So, hey, Sandra, we're here and we just having a conversation, you know, this whole thing of the fear of growing old together. Sorry, of growing old alone. Alone. It's a fear that a lot of persons who are single and getting old right now have. That they're getting old and they're not meeting anybody. They can't find any suitable partner, and it is something that's probably stressing them out. But you have to keep putting yourself out there. I know right now, you know, it's not so easy going out and socialize, and most times that's how you meet people, right? So the internet is there. I think a person's gotta, you know, take a journey there and see what's there. Um, Sandra saying, "Hey, so good to be here. Love how you speak about your beautiful queen." Yes, Sandra, I have to. I'm the person in her life right now. I need to speak about her. I cannot allow anybody on the side to speak about her. You know, I'm the man. Yeah, I'm the guy, I'm the person, I'm the sir. So yeah, definitely, I'm gonna be talking about Tanisha Murphy. No doubt about that. Yeah. So yes, friends, life, life. You know, sometimes it depends on what you place in your life as a priority, and you know, life can be so challenging at times that you focus so much on building you that you know sometimes you really forget about you know the social skills that are required for you to you know be in a good committed relationship. You know, yeah. So you know, age comes on you, and life happens. But just saying that goes, you know, as long as you have life, then anything is possible. So in your late 30s right now, late 40s going on now, don't give up. Do not give up. Somebody's gonna come your way pretty soon, and they're gonna make your life really awesome. Yeah. So yeah, we know the fear is there, you know, and what's life? What is life without fear? You know? Yeah, sometimes it pushes you to get things done because you know that feeling is not a feeling that you want to have hanging around, you know, too long. Sandra saying, Shell, with all the social distancing and Tanaya Yard, what can single girls do to break the cycle? Coming back to you, Sandra. Hey, Betty, what's up, Betty? Betty, Tanisha told me what happened, you know. Congratulations, Betty. Finally, finally. Yeah. So looking forward to you being monetized, Betty. I'm doing good, Betty. I'm doing really good, you know. Climate is good. Rain fell today and time is pretty cool right now. Sandra's question about, you know, what can single girls do to break the cycle? Sandra, there's always a way. There's always a way. You know, we just have to, you know, put on our thinking caps and get creative. You know, yeah, the pandemic is on, but yes, there are still ways of meeting people. You know, everything is happening on the internet right now. We have the Instagram, we have the Facebook. There's so many social media platforms right now. Yes, it means that you will have to be more careful. You will have to vet the people and more. But as I said, Tanaya Yard, everybody is turning to the internet for everything right now. School is happening online, work is happening online, everything is happening online, everything. So, you know, so nobody should have the excuse saying that, okay, then because of the pandemic, I can't meet anybody. No, internet is there. As Betty is saying, the pandemic ain't going nowhere no time soon. That's right, Betty. No time soon. So we just have to be creative, you know. Tanisha is saying, if we want it bad enough, we will find a way. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So if you're just joining, friends, welcome. For those on the replay, again, welcome. Thanks for coming to the channel and checking out the content. As you see in the description and at the bottom of the screen, we're talking about the fear of growing old alone. You know, it is a fear that a lot of people have that are still single. You know, and um, Miss Stern is saying that I have Luca. I'm gonna be all right. What is Luca? Is that a pet? Hey, Mr. And good night. It's nice to have you. Yeah. But yeah, loneliness can get the best of you sometimes. Or your dog. Well, Mr. And remember, dogs have a certain lifespan, you know. What they say is what, 13 years? So unless you're going to be having a dog every 13 years, you know. Yeah, you need, yeah, get yourself a good guy, you know. Good guys are still out there, people. So to all the females in the chat who are still searching, yeah, man, keep searching. Good guys are out there. Um, they might not be so easy to find. You might find that the ratio right now is probably one guy to 20 or 50 women in terms of the ratio. So just come good and you might be that female that gets that good guy, but they're out there. Uh, this turn, I think this is what you're saying no. I think I saw that dog when I was on one of Tia's live. Yeah, I saw the dog. Sandra is saying social having virtual friendships is one of the way to get out of growing old alone. Virtual friendships. Hmm. Um, I don't know, you know, I think sometimes we meet people, you know, and we have a list that we check off. And sometimes the people them just don't meet with standards. And sometimes, you know, with standards might be a bit too high, you know. So sometimes we have to look back at that list and take off a few things, you know. Yeah. And as you get older, you know, you can't be too picky and too choosy. Is the guy respectful? Is this person somebody that's gonna, is he caring? Is he somebody I can introduce to my family? Is he progressive? You know? Um, Lion saying good night, Lion. Mr. Stein saying describe my dog. Um, I saw the dog, Mr. Stein. I saw the dog. Becky saying bless up the lion. Yes, Lion, welcome, 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 welcome. Mhm. So yes, people, and another thing, sometimes in a relationship and just a few things may not be going right, and we decide to hop out of it. And you jump out of that relationship, and now you're out there in the world and you're trying to find people, meet and greet, but it's not happening. And you start reflecting and saying to yourself, but look, I'm have a good partner, and now look at me. So sometimes when you're in a relationship and things are falling apart, see how best you can mend it. Because starting over a lot of times is very difficult. It is not easy. Seawind is saying, good night, all. It all depends on what we define as being lonely. You can be in a relationship and still feel lonely. Well, Seawind, so what I am talking about is the absence of a person. So the fact that somebody is there, it means that there might be a communication issue that needs to be resolved, but as long as somebody is there, it can be mended. Unless you guys don't want to mend it, then that's a different topic. So being alone means that nobody is there. It's you alone. You've been on the dating scene, can't find a body, but you're still searching, you know? Um, Betty is saying that Miss Starren has a black dog. Yeah, that's true. Tanisha is saying true, Miss True Sea Wind. Okay. Sandra saying, oh yes, you are right about the ones that don't meet the standard. These types can cause one to become picky, sometimes too picky. Yes, Sandra. Um, I think that when you're young, and young is 19 to 27 thereabout, you can be very picky. I have a long list that goes from here to Weota Road. But as you get older, some of those things that you have on the list might be unrealistic. And you have to take off some of those things off of the list, or else you'll forever be lonely. So you got to have realistic priorities, realistic objectives. Otherwise, you're not going to get a Jesus. You know, everybody have flaws. And at some point, you have to tell yourself, say, okay, then, men or women, these are the flaws, and I am going to find a way to work around these flaws. But if you're trying to find Mr. Perfect or Miss Perfect, then you might be traveling that lonely path much longer. Facing reality, good night, good night. Good to have you. Good to have you. I see your channel is growing, man. So good job. Good job facing reality. Good job. Your channel is growing. All right. So facing reality is saying that there's no perfect partner. You're right. Nobody is perfect. We are far from perfect. That is why you have a thing called compromise. Remember now, it is two persons of different mindset, different backgrounds, coming together to try and make this thing work. So you have to find the middle ground. You have to find the middle ground, people. That's going to make it work. Mm-hmm. Facing you saying yes, thanks for the support. Good night, Miss Murphy. All right. Yes, yes, friends. So we have to, really look at life and decide what we want. And if you can live the rest of your life being alone, then by all means, kudos to you. Facing reality is saying that sometimes people settle because they are scared of being alone. That is true. And you'll find that this tends to happen where as people get older and there's nobody on the market that meets their criteria, they say, okay, then this particular person seems to meet it, so never worry with it. But we can't live we can't make the next year come see me alone. So never work with that person. Yeah. Sometimes that kind of decision only leads to more heartache and the stress and depression in your life. So yeah, even though you're getting older, you still have to vet the people and properly. Um, the Hatman saying, hey, Shan Boss. Yes, Hatman, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. You see the topic, so give your comments, your feedback on the topic. Yeah, tonight we're discussing the fear of growing old alone. The fear of growing old alone. That is the topic. Yes, Talman, Shotman, welcome. Big up. So yes, friends, it's all about relationships. Um, Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. And as usual, we try and find a topic that we can all relate on. And tonight is about, the fear of growing old alone. Yeah. And so one of the things, friends, is that I think deep down, everybody have good inside of them. And sometimes it's the circumstances that cause the bad side to show up, But, when you're dating, just be as genuine as you possibly can. Be honest, be frank, upfront, just be clear, what are the things that you like and don't like, and see where it goes from there, you know. I think, with social media nowadays, everybody, go through the filters and put up them nice, pretty pictures and say some nice stuff. And then when you find out when you meet them, it's a totally different ball game, But not because of those things happening should you give up and say, there's nobody out there for me. There's always somebody out there for you, you know. Um, you just have to fight harder, you know, apply some more wisdom. But, this whole dating thing has been happening like for centuries now, you know. Um, Facing reality saying less than a year later, she's divorcing him for the same reason why she left in the first place, or because she's afraid of being alone. Yeah, facing reality. As I said earlier, when you go into a relationship, upfront, declare what are the things that you stand for. And yes, a lot of times people settle because they don't want to be alone. But if in the initial stage you realize that there are things, there's certain characters of this person that you can't work with, and they show no sign that they can change or be a better version of them current self, then you have to really re-evaluate the whole thing and say, this probably don't make no sense. I need to walk away. But we cannot go into a relationship feeling that we can change people. We cannot change people. People will change on their own free will when they feel it's time. you know. So don't come with the impression that this person, I want this person, and I can make this person into the person that I want as a partner. No, it's not going to work. People have to decide on their own free will to change. We cannot change them. We cannot. Yeah. So yes, we fear being alone. We fear growing old alone. But even though the fear is there, we still have to you know, be wise about our decisions. Because remember now, when you introduce this person into your life, they're coming into your life, and by extension, your family life. And you have to be careful, what you bring into your space and your family space, because sometimes it's difficult to get rid of someone that that you don't want. So Betty said, I'm gonna grow old and not alone. Awesome, Betty. We share the same view. We're gonna grow old and not alone. We're gonna grow old and not alone, of course. You know. Sandra is saying, Shell, many times persons have been put it on the screen. have been hurt so badly in the past, they become afraid to let their hair down. Hence, they are timid to love and trust again. Um, you're right, Sandra. You're right. And, sometimes I say, let's look at that as like learning experience, but yeah, that one bad experience, we cannot allow it to, prevent us from still going at what we want, which is eventually, somebody that can love us. So somebody came into our lives and hurt us. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be difficult, but at least we learned something about ourselves and about that gender then and there. See when they're saying sometimes being alone might be the best avenue. Oftentimes we end up in a relationship and you have to leave because you're unhappy, miserable, and bitter towards the opposite sex. Yeah, see, Wind, you're right about that. Sometimes we attract negative energies and we just have to get rid of them as fast as we can. Um, the dating, I think when it comes to a relationship, you have to date. Take your time and date before you jump into it and call it a serious relationship. And then again, some might argue that people will show their good side in the initial stage, and then sometimes it's years down the line that you're seeing the bad side. So sometimes it's a gamble, It's a gamble, but it's a gamble that we all have to take, eh? Yeah. I've been through a couple of relationships, before I met Tanisha, and if I had given up because of the failures in the past, and yes, I do have flaws. I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't have flaws, but I never gave up. I just keep searching, and now I'm with somebody that I am proud of, somebody that is respectful, and likewise, friends in the chat, it's the same thing that goes for you guys. You gotta keep searching. So if you're in something that just not going anywhere, it makes no sense you add on years on it and hoping that as the years progress, things will change. Things may not change. Yeah. And I know sometimes, because there are kids in the picture, it is difficult to make a decision to move on. But if you're in something and you're hurting, because remember now, people, your health is impacted by a lot of things. And if you're in a relationship and you're constantly stressed, depressed, that's going to shorten your lifespan. It is going to. So, best thing you can do is to, yeah, shed some tears, but sometimes you got to move on. And what is ironic, is that you move on and you met somebody who's really awesome, and you be like, why did I take so long to move on? But sometimes it's just the right time, you know? So, yeah, life, my friends, the fear of growing old alone. Yeah, I think if I was single right now, I'd be in that mindset that I need to find somebody. Yeah, I think when you're young, lonely life feels good because you're just figuring out yourself. You're just getting to know yourself, your likes and your dislikes. But after you figure that out and you become really mature and you know a lot about the world, You really want to have somebody in your life, somebody you can call your partner, somebody you can go home to, you know? So, see, when you're saying that I grew with both parents, put this on the screen, I grew with both parents and I observed how my father treated the females around him. And I prayed and asked God for a man who would treat me the way my father did. Yes, yes, you're so right. I think a lot of times our kids, they look at how we treat their mothers, and it is something that they will grow up and they will say, yes, that same treatment that I saw mommy giving daddy or daddy giving mommy is what I want, you know. And there are the adverse side where there are some bad treatments, and the kids are like, when I grow up, I don't want to be like daddy, I don't want to be like mommy, you know. I'll see you in the saying, and I am happily married to that man. Congrats. Yeah, congrats, 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 congrats. Yeah, you found yourself a good man. Yes, people, good men are out there. Good men are out there. It might just take a little bit longer to find them, but yeah, good men are out there. Heather Stevens, good night. Thanks for being here. Heather is saying a lot of people tend to settle just because of the fear of being alone. Heather, you're so right about that. And I think it tends to happen around, when we feel that we're getting old and we just can't find nobody. So to hell with it, I'm just going to settle with this person. It's a sad reality. It's a sad reality, but it happens. It do happens. Yeah. But as it relates to dating though, I think sometimes you just have to put yourself out there in the people. Yeah. You just gotta put yourself out there. Go out, meet and greet. If you don't trust the person, you try and ensure that you meet in a public space where a lot of persons are, and you use that as a medium to get to know the person. I think, as we were saying earlier, because the pandemic is on right now, we can't even talk about public space and crowd. We have to find other means and ways of meeting, because it's not like so because the pandemic is here, life has stopped. Life hasn't stopped. Life is still going on. The human race has to continue. And how it continue? By people going out and dating, get to know each other, start a family, and the race continues. So, pandemic is here, but that can't stop the meet and greet. Sandra is saying, what made you become so resilient to try again after trying and failing more than once, Sheldon? Some persons have no stamina to try again when they fail a few times, so they choose to have a pet. Well, you see, for me, Sandra, I started relationships when I was 22. So when I was 22, I had my first relationship that lasted 1 year. And then after that, the other one lasted 5 years. And there were a couple more. But you know what I learned between then to now is that I was immature. So I went into relationships for the wrong reasons. Yes, you're young and you want to have sex. And sometimes, that's all your focus is on as a man. So you don't look at the other criteria that are important. You know, this person, do we share similar life goals? This person, can we sit down together and create a 5 year plan or a 10 year plan? Yeah, back then, I never had those thoughts. It was just, what my eyes saw, and I was working off of that. So as I got older and as I matured, my dating life took on a whole different perspective. I was now looking at, long term, what can me and this person do, share together? What can we accomplish together 5 years from now? Um, our mindset, are they similar? Do we share similar views on life? Those are very important. You cannot be looking at the short term, like, in the 3 months here, you're nice and you look good, we're gonna have fun. At some point, the fun is going to slow down, and then, is the reality of those goals, are those morals that both of you have, that's going to give this thing longevity. So I've learned a lot, Sandra. And as I say, when I just started relationship, I was immature. I was going into them for the wrong reasons. Yeah. So I feel that as you get older, as persons get older, they should have learned a couple of things or a lot of things that says these are the do's and the don'ts of being in a relationship. These are the do's and don'ts of being in a committed relationships. And you just have to be honest about it. So if you realize that you don't reach that level yet where you can accept these things, then you stay away from relationship and you go and build yourself. Me, I never stay away. I just kept going in, feeling, coming out. But I learned. I learned. Relationships sometimes like work experience in the people. You get the job and you got to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, you're going to lose the job. Yeah, that's how it is. So, but I feel that if anybody has been in a relationship, from in their 20s and they're in their 30s now and going up and they're still not learning, having been through a couple of relationships, then something is definitely wrong with that person. You have to learn. You have to learn something from those experienced people. You have to. You know, unless it's a case where you don't really have much life goals and you're just living day by day and say whatever goes. But as long as you have goals, when I say goals, I mean major goals, then yeah, you're going to learn something. And what you learn makes you a better person. It molds you into a better person. So, when the next person comes along in your life, you're more mature to deal with the issues that comes along. You know, as we said before, never expect anyone that comes in your life to be perfect. That does not work. Nobody is perfect. We are all broken in some way. Yes, yes, yes. We are all broken in some way. And sometimes, your partner will have to try to mend some of that brokenness, and you will have to try and mend some of that brokenness in your partner. That's just how it goes. Sandra is saying, awesome. I love your honesty. Yes, Sandra, we have to be relatable. Life happens. Life happens. Um, one of the most important things that I've come to learn is that don't ever be too judgmental of your partner. Don't ever be. The moment you start judging your partner is that moment where you start pushing them away because you start judging them now and they start to feel uncomfortable, and that feeling makes them drift. So you just gotta, keep showing love, treat people the way that you want to be treated. And if you follow that motto, if you follow that slogan, that tagline, then life can be great. Seawint is saying that some people put this on screen, some people rush it, as you mentioned earlier. They hear all this that sounds good, but overlook the critical behaviors. Allow the courting process to mature, become friends first. Um, that is so true, my friends. That is so true. I think what's challenging sometimes, is that we sometimes allow the carnal mind to take over. We are hungry, we are in need, our bodies are calling, and we allow our bodies to lead the way. You cannot allow that, friends. Anytime you allow your body to lead the way, yeah, you're gonna be in for some disappointment down the road. Yeah, you gotta stay strong. You gotta stay strong. If you've been living your life and you've been through, like, say, 2 or 3 relationships, and let's say one of them was 5, one was 3, and one was 4. That's 12 years, friends. That's 12 years of your life. And I wouldn't say wasted. Yes, you learned, but 12 years of learning experience, that's a lot. So if you spend 12 years across 3 relationships, listen, that fourth one better work. That fourth one better work. There must be something you have learned over those 12 years that you can bring here and make it work. Sandra saying it takes maturity to speak openly and honestly. The dynamics between you and Chen amazes me. I enjoy watching you both. The love you both demonstrate for each other is close enough to perfect. Uh, we're still learning, Sandra. Heather is saying, yep, that's the bottom line. Treat people like you would want to. All right, so, and yeah, Heather is saying that sometimes ego takes over too. That is so true, Heather. Our ego, we have to learn to keep our egos in check. You know, um, I think what was great about me and Tanisha when we just met was that we were both into personal development before we meet. So when we met and was having that discussion, and we realized that we're into the same thing. So it means that prior to us meeting, we were reading the same books, listening to the same motivational speakers. So in essence, it's like, we were just on the same page from day one. And that is very important, friends. Sometimes you may grow a certain way, be in a certain circle of influence, or be exposed to a certain level of material. Now, if you come across somebody that has never been across this kind of material, their outlook on life is far from how you look at life, then it's a red flag, people. Something here is not going to work. So when me and Tanisha met, there was no red flag. You know, some of you guys know people like Les Brown, Jim Rohn, a lot of other great motivational speakers. Those were persons that we were listening to before we met. Those are persons that were going to their seminars before we met. And those guys are all about, building self, becoming more, becoming a better person. So yeah, For us from day one, it was sparks because we had similar mindset. Yeah. And that is why I was saying earlier that you maybe have a particular mindset and you meet somebody that's totally different. You cannot change that person to become somebody that you are because perhaps they are not yet at that stage in their lives. And sometimes we have to allow people to grow. So you may grow and be up here, but the person is still down here. And that person can only get up here by themselves. Yes, you might apply a little push here and there, but if they're not willing to take those steps, nothing you do, nothing you do will make them take those steps. So yes, you might meet somebody and physically they meet your criteria because yeah, we all have some physical criteria. He must be tall or she must have hips. Yeah, those criteria are there. But what about the personality? If the personality is not in check to what you want, don't feel that because the other physical aspects are looking good that the personality will also start itself out. As I said before, sometimes people are not yet at that stage that you are at, and you have to accept that. So in dating, in dating, ensure that you check off that particular one. Are we on the same page? Are we on the same wavelength? You know, are we looking at life the same way? If no, then have a few more dates, express how you feel about certain things about life. And if you're still getting that vibe where, no, I don't feel that way, then don't bother feel say, the honeymoon phase is going to change that. Yeah, people are good at pretending, and we may feel that, yeah, because we're in the honeymoon phase right now, we can change everything. We can turn this person into the person that we want them to be because we're so loving and sweet right now. People, just like when you buy a new phone or a new car, that's how life is sometimes. Yeah. When things are new, we are the best you can ever find. Yeah, you get the best of us. But as time progresses, it takes more and more to keep that initial spark alive. Yeah. So it is very important when you meet somebody that you have strong communication, strong communication, you know, very strong communication. So if you find that the communication is poor and you're the one that is spending more time trying to reach this person, then that's a sign that you may need to move on. And as was said earlier about, settling, settling. Yeah, I know it's hard. I know, yes, you're getting old and the fear is there. And you may feel that this person that you're going out with tonight has to be the one. I will make him or her the one. It has to be, no matter what. No, don't make that mistake. If they just don't meet the criterias, then they just don't meet it. Come on, the earth is filled with people, my friends. Filled with a lot of people. And yes, you may say you don't have the time because you work X amount of hours per day and just can't find time to come meet nobody. Well, you've probably been telling yourself that for the past 10 years. So you probably need to make a change, and start making this a priority, you know? Yeah. It is similar to sometimes we saying to ourselves, a family member passed off, and we're like, I could have spent more time with this family member. I could have given them more time, but it's too late. So likewise with relationship and dating, you have to find time for it. No small amount of time gonna work. Find time to date properly. Yeah. Um, see, when to saying communication is one of the key pillars of any relationship. That is correct. That is correct. See, Wing. So true, so true, so true, so true. People have to communicate. Have to, have to, have to. So, if in the initial stage, this particular one is a problem, if it cannot be fixed, then you might need to move on. Yeah. Friends, listen. And sometimes we have to be frank with people. Don't too worry about the fact that I don't want to hurt his or her feelings, so I won't express this particular topic, at this particular point. If there's something about your partner, and let's not say partner, there's something about the person that you're dating that you don't like, as a turn off for you, say it. Say it, say it, say it, say it. Yeah, don't let it um yeah, don't keep it inside. And then one day, when both of you having an argument that gets heated, that's when the issue comes up. Now, that is not helping either you at all. So we gotta be honest and open and frank with our partners. This is somebody that we say we want to spend the rest of our lives with. Yes, let's just be frank with them and tell them, things that we just don't like, you know? So, yes, we have to communicate. Very, very important. Yep. So, good night, everyone. Everyone, if you're just joining, we are talking about the fear of growing old alone. And so far, we have a couple of friends in the chat who have expressed their views on it. So if you're just joining, the floor is open for you to express your views on the topic. Also, I'm going to put the link on the screen. So if anyone wants to come on and talk, by all means, you're welcome. So there it is. That is the link to come on screen. Yes, friends. So this is a topic that a lot of persons are really struggling with right now. They are at that place in their lives where they probably have accomplished a lot of goals, academic goals, financial goals. They're in a good job, but they're just at that point right now where they've been trying very hard and they just cannot meet somebody that, meets their criteria, or they cannot meet someone that they can, and this is another one too. So you might meet somebody, but you are ashamed to bring them around your friends because they're not up to par. No, in life, you cannot Yes, you're gonna probably feel a way about what people think, but we cannot live our lives to please others, else we won't live at all. And at the same time, you want to say whosoever you meet, you and them is on the same wavelength, you know. So yeah, you gotta find the balance there. Yeah, you gotta find the balance there. Hmm. Yes, people, welcome, welcome. So life, life happens and we learn. Okay, life happens and we learn. So if you've been through a couple of relationships, by now you have to learn a couple of things. You know what to look for, what not to look for, what works, what does not work. You know, Sandra is saying that plenty single persons panic when they realize they are growing older. They rush into any old relationship which they know will not serve them well. Old relationships. Sandra, we're saying that persons revert back to a past relationship. Hmm, that's rough. That is rough. That is rough. Um, a lot of times, friends, we moved on from a relationship because it was not in our best interest. It was not adding any value to our lives. It was taken away from us being good people. So to turn back to a past relationship, that person must have made a 360 and changed their lives for the better for you to revert back to that. You know? Yeah, listen, breaking up is hard. It's never easy. And the fact that you and somebody broke up and you went your separate ways, you know, you gotta ask yourself, what about this person that has changed so much, you know, for me to now return back to this person. If they are the same person, then what do you think will happen? In a few months' time, you guys gonna break up again? So you have to wash your hands clean of that relationship. Wash your hands clean and just look forward and look to the future. You know? Yes, people fear growing old alone. It does not mean that growing old alone gonna kill you. All right? So try not to settle because you feel that time is running out on you. Don't do that. Because you're not gonna be happy. And what do you want? You want happiness. We all want happiness, right? We all want to know that, we can come home to somebody at the end of the day and feel happy about it. You don't want to be on your way home and you start into that mode of anxiety and hatred because the person who is home you don't like them. That don't make no sense, friends. No sense at all. You're just setting up yourself a heartache after heartache. You know, there's still somebody out there for you that you're gonna meet and you're gonna fall in love with, and things are gonna be great. So yes, don't rush. Don't rush. Sandra is saying no, just anytime. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. All when they know the person isn't good. Hmm. as we keep saying, nobody wants to be alone, and you have to be present in the moment when you're making decisions. Yes, you have to be present, and you have to be logical. You know, try your best to put emotions aside. Put emotions aside and make a decision in the moment. This person, based on these criteria, based on what I'm seeing, will not work. And especially if you have kids, this person going to be a stepmom or a stepfather. The qualities that this person has, is it safe? Is it good for my kids? So remember, people, as I say, if you have kids, you have to think also for them and about them. It's not about you alone. If you're by yourself, then it's a different set of thought process. But once you have kids and this person that you're dating will become a step, you have to think about everything, everything. See what you're saying that, and at the same time, because put this on screen, and at the same time, because they are desperately in need of a relationship, they trick their minds to believe that a person will change over time. If you left it before, there was a reason. See when that is so true. That is so true. Yes, let us not deceive our own selves, friends. Let us not do that. Let us not do that. Sandra is saying that, do you think some persons were destined to be single? Sandra, I feel that our thoughts will have an effect on our actions. And, the lives that we have lived so far is what has led us to this point. So all our decisions that we have made over the past, say, 10, 15 years has led us to this point. So we have to now reflect and look back at life and, look at the decisions that we made and say, okay, so I made those decisions which led to that. Had I made another set of decisions and take certain actions, what would have become of my life? So, yeah, I don't feel that persons are destined to be single or whatever, It's all about your decisions that you make in the moment, and yeah, our thoughts are very powerful in the people. Our thoughts are very powerful. Now, if you are on the dating scene and you go out there with a certain mindset, I tell you, whatever is in the mind is going to play out. So you just go there with positivity. Go out there feeling and saying that, you talk about affirmations and visualizations. Tell yourself that, listen, this month I am going to meet an awesome person. This month I'm going to meet a really good person with some really great qualities. I'm going to meet somebody that I can bring around my friends and my family. But if you think and say, just that I can't bother with this, I wonder if our next cross is never find again, I'm never meet. Then you might meet crosses. So it all happens in the mind, people. They talk about the law of attraction, that's another topic. It's real. We attract what we process up here. So we have to ensure that, our mind is right, our thought process is right. So if you get up today and you're having a bad day and you're negative towards people, don't go meet nobody today. Take a break, chill out, And when your mind is right, you go and meet people. Yeah, you don't want to carry that negative energy out there. You carry it, you're gonna push it out there and attract somebody of that energy. Yeah. As I said, me and Tanisha, for years before we met, we were into personal development stuff. How you can be a better person, or you can help people, those kind of things. So, the law of attraction, the universe brought us together. Yes, Tanisha is saying that's a mindset, and Sandra is saying, but we manifest what we think about. And that's true, guys. Think about it. We become, you become what you think about. I would advise you guys, if you have not yet come across these persons, Les Brown, Les Brown, Les Brown, go read or listen to some of Les Brown's content. It's here on YouTube. You just go and type in Les Brown. Yeah, he has some really, really good content that will help your mind to be in a better place. Yeah. So Sandra is saying, so we are better, change our thoughts. Tanisha is saying, I manifest. Tanisha is saying she manifests the man of her dreams. Oh Lord. Yes, people. See, when you're saying that, I don't think persons are destined to be single because God would not have given Adam a wife. At times we need God out of finding a spouse for us. See, when this is a very important point, I think that sometimes we get caught up in a life where it is so busy that we don't find the time to pray and ask God for interventions, and we keep trying to do everything on our own. But we have to remember that we by ourselves cannot make this thing work. We need an intervention. So you're right. We need to ask for his help on this journey sometimes. If we keep doing the same thing and getting the same results, guys, then it means that something has to change. Something in the little formula that you have, that little formula that you have right now, is something is off. So if you keep, using that same formula, come on now, what do you think gonna happen? You're gonna get the same result. So if you, and another quote, I'm not sure who this was from, if it was Les Brown or Jim Rohn. For things to change, you have to change. So it's not a case where, okay, these persons that you're dating, they need to change. They need to change. They need to be somebody that you want them to be. Sometimes we need to change. Yeah, because if I was still hopping in and out of relationships, I would have to stop and evaluate myself and say, Sheldon, hold on there. What is it about me? What is it that I'm doing wrong that is causing me to not have a relationship longer than 1 year or a few months? I can't just sit here and blame the person that I just came into a relationship with. There must be something about me that has to change. And that is very important, friends. Sometimes, we fail to look at the person in the mirror and say, hold on, something is wrong with you and you need to fix it. We keep looking at the other person and saying, they are the problem, they need to be fixed. No. We have to sometimes look at ourselves. And I think if we're honest, sometimes we find that, yeah, a lot of the problem exists over here. And the moment you fix them, then you find yourself in a very good relationship. So if we have reached a certain age and we're still not meeting the partner, And I wouldn't say of our dreams right now. But if we're not meeting the partner, then we need to really assess ourselves and, you know, do some soul searching. What is it about me that causes me not to have relationships longer than 6 months or longer than a year? What is it? Um, Tanisha is saying I changed things up about myself that I think was cool. That's nice. Cool, cool. Yeah. So let us do that self-assessment, friends. Let's do it. It's important. We might be surprised at some of the things that we find if we're really honest. That's the thing, you gotta do the self-assessment and be honest about it. Yes, not because you're doing it there by yourself and you have nobody over your shoulder. Should you believe that you can cheat on it? Be honest about it, and you will find, you know, the things that are off about you that is causing you to not have a long-term relationship. Yep, so true. So yes, friends, if you're just joining, welcome to the live. Welcome, welcome. Tonight it's all about looking at relationships and looking at the whole fear of growing old alone. You know, see, Wint is saying some have a formula, some need a formula. Know yourself first. What am I willing to accept, and what do I need? So true. Let's put this on screen. You're so true. You're so right. Wint, you're so right. Some have a formula, some need a formula, and yet know yourself first. What are you willing to accept, and what is it that you need to do? So true, so true, so true, so true. Mhm. Sandra is saying, yes, my brother, looking at self and learning to love self will prepare us to deal with another personalities. Yes, Sandra, very important. Very important. I think sometimes we make that mistake of not looking at self. We keep looking at the other person, but sometimes something is wrong with us, and not until we have that realization and decide to change that will we ever be in something that's long term. So very important, very important, very important. So we might fear growing old alone, and it might happen. It might happen because we have decided not to change ourselves. We have decided to still keep those bad behaviors, those bad habits that are just driving people away. You know, so we have to do the evaluation. Self evaluation, very very important. You know, and it doesn't matter at what age it happens. You might find that you do it. You're 45. You did the evaluation this month, and you're honest about it, and in a few months time you're in a relationship and you wonder, wow, this is different. What is different? You realize that there are some things about you that were just not suitable for a relationship, and you fix it. You probably even said this person is the best person in the whole wide world, but it's not so. It's you change, you fix yourself. So that is important, my friends. Very important, very important. So, as I said, this is a topic that a lot of persons, process now and then, especially persons who have, achieved all their other goals in their lives, and now they want to settle down and start a family. And, they are doing they're out there searching and cannot, find that person, and the fear trips in, and they're wondering if this is how I will live my life for the rest of my time here on earth. But doesn't have to be. Just don't give up. Just don't give up. Yeah, that's life, my friends. You never give up. As long as you have life, you will never ever give up. You keep searching, you keep fighting. Yeah, everything, everything, everything. And as we have recently discussed, ensure that you possess all of the good qualities that will cause a relationship to work, that will cause it to last. Very, very important. Yep, that's how it is, people. You gotta do the things right, you know? You got to. So yes, good night, good night, good night, good night. I know the Easter holidays is upon us, and you know, eat lots of bun and cheese. Yeah, and where you can, you visit family and loved ones, and you share the love. hmm So yes, if you're just coming in, we're on the topic of the fear of growing old alone. You know, see when he's saying cannot be selfish either. Relationships are not just about what you can get, but what you are given. Yes, that's so right. That is so true. That is so true. It's no longer about self, it's two persons coming together, mutual, mutual, mutual. So you have to find that middle ground. I am here to care about this person, and I'm not here to take or grab as much as I can take and grab from this person. I'm here to build up this person. And so one other thing to know is that you go into a relationship and you have too much expectations of the person, and you are not bringing anything to the table. And that also can create problems. So I see you, Wince, go in there, not being selfish. Go into the relationship, not being selfish. Very important. It's a good point. Good point. Yep. Life is all about living, my friends. Living, living, living. And we're social creatures. You know, it's in our nature. It's in our nature to have people around us. And I know for the most part, a lot of us want to have a family. Yeah, want to have a family. So don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. If you have not yet met Miss Right or Mr. Right, don't give up. You remember the story of the man that was digging for gold? Yeah, and him stopped short and missed it. Yeah, so you gotta just keep pushing, keep pressing on, and as you move from a failed relationship to start a new one, take some time to reevaluate yourself, do some self-assessment, find out if there are things about you that are causing these to fail. let's stop putting the blame on the other person and say it's the other person, causing the issues. Look into yourself. Sandra saying, born given season Sheldon. Yeah, I have had a lot of bonanza so far. I need to calm down right now. Mhm. Yes, friends. So, we're keeping the chat open a little bit more. I would say another half an hour, so that persons can pass through who haven't been here yet to drop their comments or their views on this topic. But so far, so good. I think we have had a decent amount of feedback on the topic. And I think what is pretty clear so far is that we need to ensure that we have assessed ourselves properly before we start, throwing the blame around that the other person is the fault why things are not working out. We just need to ensure that we have assessed ourselves also. And the point about being too quick to settle because you're getting old is a scary one, but it's the reality. And we just have to ensure that when we do things like that, that we take extra precautions because we are going to be introducing this person into our family, and we're not, sure what danger or how much harm they may bring to our families. So we have to not be selfish, but think about, the impact that their presence may have on our families, and the impact may be good, the impact may be bad, depending on the personality of the person. Yes, friends. Yes, Andrew. Lovely discussion. Yes, I think we have to be really, frank about what's happening in our society and just bring to the forum, topics that persons are facing on a daily basis. We are a couples channel, and so, topics like these are what we're going to be discussing every now and then. It's just life. So, yeah. And again, we appreciate um, the support of persons really coming on and sharing their viewpoint on the topic. Really appreciate it. Yep. Yeah, it's a topic. Um, I am happy that I am at a stage where I don't have to worry about this right now. Um, I think at my age right now, if I were single, now I'd be like, I need to find somebody. Yeah, and I hope that I would not be making that decision of just settling because I'm getting old, and that I would actually spend the time to do it the right way, of meeting somebody the right way, and not just saying, yeah, for the sake of being in a relationship, you're okay. I will accept you for those things that I have a problem with, and hopefully they will change because I need to be in a relationship. I cannot stay single anymore. So we have to be careful of that. We got it. Mhm. And Sandra is saying we're never too old to find love that is exciting. Yes, we are never. Listen, life is still filled with a lot of possibilities. You know, still filled with a lot of possibilities. And we have to keep telling ourselves that listen, not because things are looking dull today, it might be dull for a couple days or months, but eventually, something's gonna shine bright. Something's gonna shine bright. You just gotta keep digging, keep digging, keep digging, keep digging. Sometimes things just don't happen overnight like that. It takes time, and we have to be willing to go the journey. You know, very very important, friends. So if you're at that stage where you're still haven't met the person that meets your criterias, just understand that it's not the end of the road, and that person, you will eventually meet that person, and life will be so great. So don't give up. Don't give up, my friends. Don't give up. Don't give up. Okay, okay. Awesome. So Sandra is saying, Sheldon, I should let you know that Seawind is my co-worker. Thanks for being here, Seawind. You're really, really involved in the conversation, and I really appreciate that. Really, really do. From time to time, we do lives like this, and other times we will post a content. So happy to have you. Glad to have you tonight. Really appreciate how well you were really a part of the conversation. Yes, friends. So we're gonna be out of here in about 17 minutes time. So if you just join in, you know, share your comment, share your views. And let's see, you know. Okay, and Sandra is saying she's married to a wonderful gentleman. That's awesome. That is awesome. It is good that, it's good when persons can, come in a public forum and speak highly of their partner. It says a lot, it speaks volume, and I said thumbs up to that. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Yeah. And for those who are still on the dating field and on the dating journey, yeah, good people are out there. Great people are out there. It just takes time. We just gotta be patient sometimes. Sewin saying thanks for having me. I am enjoying this. Awesome, awesome, Sewin. Just subscribe so that next time when we send out a broadcast for another live, that you will get a notification and you can come on and be a part of it as you are tonight. Really great, really great, really great. This is the first time so become a friend and co-worker. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Yes, see you in. So over here, this is the kind of topics that we have every now and then. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. So, the last 15 minutes, I will say it like this. Life never gives us more than what we can bear. And sometimes it will take time to accomplish a particular goal in life. But if you stay true to yourself, if you stay true to what you believe in, never compromise on your morals. Never compromise on your morals. Because the moment you start doing that is the moment that stuff are going to start going really wrong in your life. So not because, you have not met the right person yet, should you say, okay, then I don't care if he or she doesn't do this or doesn't have this. I can still accept them. If it goes against your moral belief, then it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Just have to just move on. So very important, very important. Always ensure that you live your life against a certain set of value system, because this is what is going to be, what's going to keep you in check as you live this life. So yeah, don't worry yourself. If you're 35, in your 40s, approaching your 50s, and you're still single, your person is still out there. Yeah, still out there. So it's just time. It's just time, And sometimes we have a really supportive, whether it be a family unit or a circle of friends that are just there for you like that. And you just gotta lean on them sometimes, because they are there for a reason. You know, everybody have at least one or two friends that they can call on now and then, and they are there for you. They're there for you. But one of the most important thing though is that have a positive mindset towards anything in life. So if you're on the dating scene, just be positive. Don't think about the negatives that can happen. Yes, things may go wrong, but if you're constantly going around thinking that things are going to go wrong, then things will go wrong. So just have the mindset the other way around that things are going to be great, and I'm going to meet an awesome person really soon, and everybody going to love and like this person. Then yes, it will happen. You will meet that person. That's what life is. Just be positive. Just be positive. So, it was a really good discussion, and we're like 12 minutes away from closing. So we're actually going 2 hours. So if you're just coming on, again, good night. Thanks for passing through. If you're watching on the replay, thanks for coming by. Thanks for commenting below. And as usual, if you haven't subscribed as yet, then by all means, we're asking you, please do so. We are an awesome family channel that speaks, a lot on relationships, and we can learn from you guys. So come on every now and then, be a part of our discussion, and let's just talk about life and things that are affecting us on a daily basis. Yeah, we're here. Yeah, we normally go for like an hour and a half, 2 hours in the discussions. I think we have a bad habit of posting lives really late, so we'll try and post them a bit earlier so that persons can actually plan for it. Mm-hmm. So on the replay, if you're watching and you find yourself thinking that you're getting old and you have not yet met anybody, and you feel that you're going to be alone forever, just dismiss that thought. Dismiss it altogether. Start telling yourself that this year, irrespective of the pandemic, you're going to meet somebody. You're going to. And that life is going to be really awesome. Yeah. You just have to look at it from that perspective, friends. There's no other way. The moment you start being negative about this thing is the moment things are going to start going the opposite way. Yeah. It's all about being positive, Seawin saying experiences does teach us wisdom. Seawind, you are so true, you are so right. you know, all of us, you know, have had a first relationship that sometimes did not last because we were learning. We were still in the learning stage and we just weren't doing the right things and the person moved on. But yeah, we learned. As time went by, we learned and we learned and we learned and we learned, you know. So if we did not take anything from those experiences, then I don't know. I don't know. Something is wrong there. So we just have to apply what we learn. And you know, when somebody good comes in your life, and people, you have to be there. You know, mentally, emotionally, physically, everything. You got to be there. You know. See when this is a powerful one. You know, power is in the tongue. Speak life into your life. Yeah, yeah. You know, one of the things I'm learning, you know, Seawind is that sometimes when you're angry, it's better to stay silent because you know we say things sometimes that we wish we could take back, but it's too late. So you're right. Power is in the tongue. So if you know you're gonna say something that's gonna hurt somebody, it's best you keep it to yourself. Allow time to pass. You know, calm down, and then you know you won't have that regret. Yeah. So friends, you know we're closing off in about 5 minutes time. Again, thanks for being here. It was really a good evening. Good conversation, good participation, and we look forward to another live. Well, it's holiday right now, so more than likely we'll have another live happening either tomorrow night, which is Friday night, or Saturday night, depending on depending on how the night plays out. So just look out for the notification, friends. And again, thanks for being here. Yes, friends, so for those of you in the chat, we're about to say good night. Thanks for being here. I really, really, really appreciate you guys being here. All right. And those on the replay, if you have gotten this far, just comment below. What am I going to, which word did that be now? Yeah, comment experience. Yeah. If you have gotten this far, comment experience below. Experience, 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 experience. Yes. In life, you know, our experiences is what will prepare us for the next journey. So comment experience below, friends, if you have gotten this far on the replay. All right. So take good care of yourself. Tanisha is in the chat saying thanks, guys. And she's saying refreshing conversation, which is right. So everyone, thanks for being here. We're gonna be out in a few minutes. Yeah. Good conversation. So I hope you all enjoy the weekend that is up on us right now. Take good care. See you again on another live pretty soon. And remember, if you have not yet clicked on the subscribe button, please to do so. All right. Peace out.